Okay, in this video, I'm going to be doing a trade recap from my Square trade on December 9th when it made a new all-time high and I made $1,082 in just over 2 minutes. And I want to do a quick run through of the other stocks that I was watching because Square was not my only watch, go over the technicals, and then just show the patterns and why Square was my favorite. So besides Square, I was also watching Apple, Microsoft, Zoom, and Penn. So just to quickly go through the technicals, we'll start with Penn. So this is what Penn looked like on the daily, had a nice period of consolidation, broke out, made a new all-time high, and I was thinking that there was a possibility for a second day continuation trade. The level I was looking at, 79.74. If it gets through that, the chance of a momentum pop is high. How far it goes after the fact, I have no idea, but just looking at that level for a quick trade. Zoom consolidating on the daily, below the 9 EMA, below the 20 SMA, 4 days of consolidation, and it gapped below that. So 405 was that technical level. And when it was trading below it, I thought that there was possible room to the downside. Microsoft, nice consolidation on the daily. Price action's getting real tight, right around a lot of the moving averages. 217, I thought if it got above it, maybe it has room to like 219, 220. So that was the level I was looking at. Apple started to wake up on the daily above the 9 EMA, 20 SMA, short-term momentum moving averages, was right around this prior pivot high on the daily. So the two levels that I was watching was prior day's high, 124.98, and that prior pivot high, 125.39. And now Square, and it shouldn't be a surprise why this was my favorite, trading right near all-time high, 215, above the 9 EMA, price action nice and tight. So if it makes a new all-time high in the current environment, the probability of having some follow-through is very high. So now let's look at the patterns that they put in. Penn actually put in a decent pattern. Nice opening range break. The reason why I did not like this that much is just because it was far away from that prior pivot high, 79.74. Had it put in that opening range break closer to it, I would have liked it a little bit more, but still not bad because once it did the opening range break and cleared, it had a nice move higher for a quick momentum pop. Zoom actually put in a nice 5-minute opening range break to the downside. It's pretty spready, and shorting this can be a little sketchy, but 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of consolidation, the technical level below, right 405, and check out that follow through almost straight down to 398. I prefer to go long when there's a nice long setup, so I avoided this, but still want to highlight that that was a pretty nice downside opening range break. Microsoft opened weak, and it stayed weak off the open, never got to 217, so it was a no trade. Apple took a little bit of a dip off the open, reclaimed VWAP, some of the short-term moving averages, even did a nice opening range break right around 124.80, and then had those technical levels above, so I had some nice follow through. But by the time this set up, I had already taken my Square trade, so I was listening to my rule of one and done. And now Square, a little bit of a gap up, pulled in for the first couple minutes off the open, which I prefer because now there is a clear high of day. And once it gets there, that's going to be the area that I want to consider going long. And right there, so 1, 2, 3 minute opening range break, high a day was 214.14. And once it cleared that, knowing that all-time high was above at 215, that was a great setup. And once it cleared all-time high, had a very nice momentum move higher. Now, after seeing all of that, let's get into the trade. Okay, so this is Square, pulled back a bit off the open, high day, 214.14, all-time high, 215. I have the 215 calls loaded. I'm looking to trade 10 of them. I always try to trade at the money or next strike out of the money, so this happened to line up perfect. And this happens quick. A lot of buying comes into this third candle, and it gets the high of day, and I want to get long right there as it gets the high of day. So I got 10 contracts filled at 327, knowing that all-time high is above, so I want to hold out for the all-time high break. Also watching the contracts because they quickly went in my favor, but I do want to be patient enough to try to hold out to let it break 215 because when it makes that new all-time high, there should be a momentum pop. Doesn't mean there has to be, but the probability of it is high. So that was a very nice 1-minute candle showing me that buyers are clearly in control, and seeing the green line 215 on my chart just visually lets me know to try to hold out for that. Took a little bit of a dip, but still above VWAP. Got bought up nicely off VWAP. Some size at 215. Saw it flash on the offer. So if it gets through 215, knowing that there was size on the offer and it's all-time high, I feel very good about there being a nice move. Coming into 215, nice break. Look at the tape speed through 70s, through 80s, some size at 89. It's just getting through all of it. So letting me know that buyers are clearly in control. Hole number 216, some size there, just chewing through every offer that there is. So that's a good sign. A little bit of a pullback, but we just made a new all-time high. So trying to be a little patient with this only because it's the new all-time high break. But I still like to take the quick move. So on the next push up, I'm going to take majority of the position off. Right at 216, I just take 8 so that way I can lock in a nice move. And now I'm just holding the remaining 2 to see if it has another leg higher. Gets through 216, 216.50, take another one off. And now I'm just trying to see how can this get to 217? And if so, how does it react to it? But already got a very nice momentum move. So not trying to be greedy, only have one left. So any sign of weakness, I'm just going to end up taking it off. But I want to see if this has a chance to get up to 217. Still holding up, nice strong candle. A little bit of size at 217. Can't really get through it. Having some trouble getting through 217. Pulls back a little bit and I just get out of the trade. So I think I did a decent job on this trade. The moment I felt a little antsy, took 8 off, got another move higher, took 1 off, got one more move higher and took that last piece off and really took a nice chunk of that move off the open and ended up making $1,082 in just over 2 minutes, which is awesome. And that was it. I took this one trade and called it a day. That was the trade recap on Square. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.